Good morning, my friends. Welcome to another edition of MedWell Unscripted, Cannabis Wellness and You. My name is April, and I'm here with my friends, Emily, who is our Community Outreach Director, and I have Babs and Manny from Fine Fettle. Manny,
What up?
Manny is the Community Outreach and Sales Lead, and Babs is one of the sales agents at Fine Fettle. We're so excited to have you guys. Good morning. Thank you so much.
Very excited to be here. Good morning.
Excited to be here. Thank you for having us.
Awesome. So as we get started, friends, just some housekeeping. If you are catching the replay, feel free to leave a comment. We will absolutely get back to you. And if you're here, give us a shout out. We are streaming to our medwellhealth.net website. We're on YouTube and we're on our Facebook page. So drop a hello in the chat. We'd love to know that you're here. Also, if you have questions along the way, feel free to ask. Today, we're going to be talking about cannabis strains in your wellness and kind of using the best strain for your best optimal health. So I'm really excited. We have been working with Fine Fettle for a long time. And actually, Emily, Babs, and Manny know each other well because Emily's had the opportunity to do a lot of events up at Fine Fettle. So we're excited. We're going to first get started, friends, with some introductions. I'm going to start with you, Emily. Tell our friends exactly what you are out and about doing and all the great sparkle you're spreading on our community.
Yes, I try to spread lots of sparkle for sure. So it's all about education here at MedWell. So I am the Community Outreach Director, where I'm able to go out into all sorts of areas throughout the state to be able to bring lots of education to folks that might have lots of questions about the medical program, obtaining a card, how medical cannabis could help them. So it's really more or less about just getting that education out there and talking to folks and meeting amazing folks like I do at Fine Fettle. They have just been an amazing dispensary. It has just been an absolute pleasure to see them grow over the time that I first started having events with them. And so excited for today's show because I think this is such a truly important episode, especially for anyone that is just not familiar with the different strains out there and, know that there's ones that can actually target specific pain or, whatever your ailment is, you can really focus on that. So the fact that we're able to have Babs and Manny here to talk about that and explain that is just, I'm thrilled about it. So without any further taking up any more time, I'll let Babs and Manny introduce themselves.
All right, take it away, my friends. Manny, why don't we start with you?
So, hi everybody. I'm Manny. I'm the community outreach here at Fine Fettle / sales team lead. So, I do a lot of outreach by going out to the community, building relationships, kind of letting people know that we're here and letting them know that we're also here to what is the word I'm looking for? Kind of work together. Build a relationship, do events together, and also just to kind of get our name out there as well. We're a small little store here, family oriented here, which is pretty nice. And also we just doing events, that's a big thing too. Getting out there, reaching out to people is this important thing for us here. It's kind of like one of our core values, and also helping here on the sales floor, talking to the customers, helping customers, medical patients, adult patients as well. Just getting them the right medicine, and I'm guiding them in the right direction as well. And also being a team member, helping my coworkers and employees just become stronger. Just be happy here as well. Just try to work on that as well.
All right,
you're doing a good job, Manny, because every time I go up there, everybody's smiling. So
thank you.
All right, Babs, let's take it away.
All right. Well, I'm a sales agent. I attend to a patient's needs and an adult use need. And yeah, I kind of try to help people find that strain or that product that's going to hit that sweet spot and tick all the boxes for them, whether that be pain relief, insomnia relief, anxiety relief, just wanting to like have the giggles, anything and everything.
I like that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it, friends. So, I think as medical, a lot of times when people come in first to get their card on our end and get their medical cannabis card, there's lots of questions, right? So, and I think sometimes people come in not understanding that there's a variety of strains that help with different ailments, different times of day. And so let's talk about the different strains. And why don't we start talking about sativa? Tell me a little bit about kind of what that is, what's the best way to describe it. If I were to come in as a new patient, what is it? What is it?
Okay. You want to go first?
So sativa, a fun little thing that I like to do is I think the S for stimulating. Sativas are always going to be a more uplifting and energizing strain for most people. That's not going to be true all around because everyone's biodiversity is different, but for all intents and purposes, a sativa is going to get you going.
Love it. So stimulant, like definitely not sleepy. Stimulant.
Yeah.
Get you up and going. And you mentioned the giggles. Will that give you a little bit of the giggles?
It can, yeah. If it's higher in limonene, which is an uplifting terpene, it can elicit like a very euphoric and cerebral response, which generally can cause, sort of the giggles.
Okay. And then what would, in terms of, if you think of kind of qualifying conditions, so migraines, anxiety, depression, cancer, is there kind of a recommendation on what you would recommend a patient for using sativa?
So it can definitely help relieve some folks' depression. It can help relieve anxiety in some folks as well. And depending on like the terpene profile, there might be, certain things like antiparasitic terpenes. They're antibacterial, anti-tumor. So really dependent on the strain and like what the terpene profile is, as well as the cannabinoid profile.
And is there a dosage that it starts at in terms of sativa? Like, is there a certain, how do you determine what's a good place for you to start?
Well, for someone who's just starting, I would generally recommend take like a puff or two if you're consuming it in flower form or vape form. But you want to start low and slow. You don't want to like overdo it because doing too much, you can definitely stress yourself out and get a negative effect.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's a great motto, Babs. I'm glad you mentioned that because we certainly don't want anyone to have a bad experience and then, leave the medical program or count it out as a way to help themselves. So it's always great to just low and slow, give yourself a puff or two, let yourself sit that out and wait, see how you feel. And then, if you have to go and do a little bit more, you can go do so. But really, I'm sure that you guys stress that, especially for those newbies out there, to really make sure that they're, not going over and above, from just that, first puff or two.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So what about indica? Indica. Tell us a little bit about indica.
Indicas. So indica, like the term you can think of, in the couch. It's gonna be really relaxing, known for sleep, known for pain relief. Indicas are really really sedating strains. Like if you really want to relax, I like to like look at it. You had a long day, and you really want to just take that, like just go home and relax. Indica is gonna be your best choice. I wouldn't recommend to do a sativa because that might wake you up. You know what I mean? When you just want to relax.
Yeah.
And that's where people sometimes might get that negative effect, like Badger stating, just because you know too much. But indicas is gonna be it's really really well known for like pain relief. Like I'm an indica person, as I like to say it. I enjoy indica strains a lot, just because I look for that pain relief, that relaxation, the help with the extra with sleep and staying asleep.
Yep.
So indicas are very well known for that, and like having like Badger stating on the terpenes, like the terpenes on that end are really for example, like linalool is a terpene which is known in lavender, and lavender is known to really like relax you and just kind of like chill. So like these are the type of terpenes you can find in indica strains as well.
Awesome. Awesome. And then there's the hybrid. You see a lot when you're looking at a menu going, hybrid, what's this? Let's talk a little bit about what the difference is of that and how those come together to make one.
So hybrids is gonna be a mix of sativa and indica. You know, they a lot of these strains, these sativas and indicas are really like hybrid sativas, hybrid indicas, but like the hybrids are the really well balanced strains. So you're gonna find like the any time in the day type of strain it could be. So it also goes down to like what type of profile the strain has, because it could be leaning slightly towards indica or slightly towards sativa, so it can hit you different, and you can kind of use it in like that's what's at any time of the day. You can be like, hey, I can have this during the morning, or I can have this during the night. Like it won't really affect you like a pure sativa or indica.
Is there also, is that the name too many where you call it a 1-to-1?
So not really, just because 1-to-ones are more like a THC CBD ratio 1-to-1, but it's but honestly it in a way it kind of is, because like you can like the 1-to-ones you can do any time of the day, and then those hybrids you can do any time of the day, so you can kind of compare them, but they're just slightly different.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I'm thinking about, so I have pretty significant anxiety. So I use indica, but I also use hybrids. And one of the big things was in talking in my visit, they talked a lot about looking at hybrids because it gave me the best of both worlds, especially where I have kind of, a significant anxiety. So I actually really enjoy the hybrid product because indica makes me relax and go to sleep and just chill, which is great. But during the day, if I'm having some challenges with anxiety, I find that's kind of a great mix of yes, I'm feeling better. All right. So actually, which Emily's 1-to-1.
Yes, I brought up a good point.
Let's talk about kind of the CBD to THC, because when you get your product, you have your label on the back. So you see kind of the strain, and then you look and you can kind of see the percentages of what's in that product that you're getting. So can we talk a little bit about what CBD and THC kind of means when you're getting your product?
So the CBD is going to be the non-inebriating cannabinoid, one of the non-inebriating cannabinoids that's found in cannabis and very prevalent in cannabis, some strains. The THC is going to be the inebriating component. When CBD and THC work together, they have this really great tandem effect where one helps the other work better. So generally speaking, if you're looking for pain relief or even sometimes anxiety relief, using a 1-to-1 product can hit that sweet spot better than, say, a hybrid or an indica or a sativa.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I think that there's a lot of folks out there that get very nervous when they see the letters THC. I think they think that that's going to just put them into a whole nother stratosphere. So it's important that you mentioned that it's really much more beneficial to the patient to be able to have both working with one another, because they really do seem to have the best benefit when they are, together in a strain like you're mentioning, or a product.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about kind of the patient experience. And if I'm coming into Fine Fettle for the first time, is there somebody that has a specific role that I can talk to, maybe have a consultation with, and what does that look like? What is our conversation that we're going to talk about to make sure that I'm finding the right strain blend for me?
So that would kind of basically be anyone on the sales floor. We have Tom, our greeter. He is also a really great component in finding that sweet spot for you. He'll help you go over the menu. He's really familiar with the products too. So from our greeter to even our general manager, everyone knows something about a product and can help guide you in the right direction. Mm-hmm. So you can have a consultation or a sit down with any single one of us once you come through those doors.
All right, awesome. And, because of COVID, even though, I feel like it's the terrible word, right? Like it's this lingering black cloud. But anyways, we're in a different place with COVID. But as you have masks on, if I didn't want to come in to the dispensary, can I do a phone consultation? What does that look like? And then also, if I am to come in, and I think especially for people with very compromised immune systems, and as they're coming in, seniors coming in, what should I expect if I'm coming into the dispensary with your COVID policies?
So we do, I'm like raising my hand. So with our COVID policies, we do have a mask policy. We constantly we're cleaning by the hourly, wiping down everything from door handles to our desktops to our like our registers areas, everywhere constantly. We do have the option if they want to have a consultation over the phone. That's something 100% that's on the table. We even after our patients walk out the door, I'm constantly, if you feel like you have any questions, don't hesitate to call. We are willing to answer any questions and help you out through the phone as well. So we also have we always let a certain amount of people inside. We don't have it like always crowded up. Same goes to on the front while you're waiting. So we have like I said, Tom, we have a process that we just constantly we stay on top of. We discipline in so we can make sure our patients and customers feel safe when they come here and they feel also comfortable to be in here.
Awesome.
I can attest to everything that Manny says because I stood there during my table events and I've watched everyone there make sure that they are keeping the counters clean. After each time someone comes up, there's someone that's wiping, and they're really doing a wonderful job with making sure that all their patients and their adult use folks are all remaining very safe while we're still dealing with this, crazy COVID. So.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And then, of course, there's so many benefits of becoming a medical cannabis patient, right? So sales tax, there's access to different products that might not be available on the adult use side. So tell me a little bit about what kind of medical discounts do you have for new patients and renewing patients?
So for our new patients, you get 4 $25 discounts off of $50 or more. That's going to be spread throughout 4 visits. In addition to that, we also have a loyalty program where for like every dollar spent, you earn a point at certain times throughout the day. And on Sundays, you get double points. So if you spend $100, you walk out with 200 points that day. And after you accrue so many points, you can start using that to deduct the cost off of product. Or on the adult use side, you can use it to deduct the cost of accessories.
And so do you have a rewards card? I'm sorry, do you have a rewards card, or it's just associated with my account when I come in, like you guys track it?
So it's just associated with the account and a phone number. So you just give us your phone number or an email address. It can be associated that way as well. And then through your profile, it will populate those points as you spend.
Awesome. And so tell us your locations. Where are you located throughout Massachusetts?
So we are in Raleigh. We have a location in Raleigh, Massachusetts, and we also have another location in Martha's Vineyard.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then out of state, we also have 2 other locations in Connecticut, Rhode Island, up there too as well.
Awesome. All right. Well, I appreciate all of your time today and your insight, friends. Please do check the chat. There's go to finefettle.com for all of the information on how to get to Fine Fettle and Raleigh and the island, and also look at their menu and what they offer and all of their medical discounts. If you are in need of a medical cannabis card, please do stop by medwellhealth.net, or if you just have questions about getting started, we're here to help as well. Give us a call. We're happy to have a phone conversation with one of our well-trained team members who can answer any questions that you have and point you in the right direction. So Babs, Manny, Emily, thank you so much. Today was great. I appreciate all of that. And all the education. I think it's super eye-opening because people don't realize, and especially first-time patients, all of these questions about strains and the blends and the one-on-ones and all of that, it can be confusing and hard to navigate. And I think, you know, there's that stigma of THC, like Emily mentioned, where you're like, oh my God, I'm going to get totally high, and I'm more afraid of that, right? So you helped educate everybody on kind of the differences and what to look for. So thank you so much.
Again, too, for anyone out there, Fine Fettle has the most amazing selection of everything you can imagine. So definitely check it out, because I'm always in awe when I step in there and just see all the different choices that one can you know, use to really help themselves. So definitely check it out. And again, thank you both so very much for your time today. It is always an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for having us. It was
Thank
a
you so
pleasure,
much.
likewise.
Thank you. Appreciate it so much.
All right, my friends, if you're catching the replay, feel free to drop a question in. We're happy to answer. And we're going to see you, Emily and I are going to see you same time, same place next Thursday at 10 a.m. And we're going to be talking about edibles. So join us. And I'll look forward to seeing you. Everybody have a great day and stay warm, because we have other cruddy weather coming tomorrow.
Yeah, you as well. Take
You
care.
guys as well. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you again.
Day.